It's fun. It's wild. It's Dad's Gone Crypto.
Hey there, crypto dad gamers. Have you ever felt this internal conflict that while you're playing those video games, you're being judged by your wife and your kids? Uh, don't you feel that it's time wasted and you can be basically more productive? So imagine you can still play the games, but somehow pay for the bills, somehow make some extra crypto money or money on the sideline. Would your wife love you more? And would she allow you to play more games? That's the question, right? And we've got some interesting guests on our show today. We got Andy Niemand, who's created with obviously a team of people as well, an opportunity to latch onto your favorite games and earn some crypto, right? Andy, welcome to Dad's Gone Crypto.
Hey, Sean. Thank you for inviting me.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. So let's get going. Andy, tell me a little bit about yourself and a little bit about your background and how did you get into crypto?
I started crypto as a miner. I just mined for a couple of years, but before crypto, I'm a developer. I ran a website company. We did software for people and all of that. So then crypto came along. I mean, I discovered crypto mostly when most people discovered when the price goes up, and probably,
Yeah.
but maybe just a bit before that, like 2016. So I was intrigued. I was always intrigued. Looked at the code. Made sense. Made sense why crypto should exist. And yeah, I mean, Neoxa was started as an idea because we saw many games and play to earn games where they want you to buy an NFT, or you have to have something. You've got to participate. You need to buy something before you can participate. And we like, we need something where people can participate without having to buy anything. And that's the reason why Neoxa was started, just to give that play to earn aspect without having to invest anything. So that's the whole idea behind Neoxa at start. Obviously, things change as we go along, but yeah, that's still the general idea.
Mm.
Cool. So can you, for our audience out here, can you explain Neoxa in simple terms? Like you're talking to your
Yeah.
friend at a braai, right? Just break it down for
Okay,
us.
so basically, we started as play to earn, but as we went along, we went into more avenues. But Neoxa, simple terms, it's a mining cryptocurrency that you can mine. It's proof of work. It's got smart nodes where people can run their own nodes. It's got a play to earn aspect where people can play games, earn cryptocurrency. Then we've got a gaming marketplace and portal where people can buy in-game items. All the Neoxa spent on that gets burnt, gets removed from the circulation forever. And then we've just launched our stream to earn yesterday. It's in trial where people can be able to stream on Twitch and they'll be able to earn Neoxa from that.
Very cool.
Very, very cool. All right. So, play to earn concepts is generally, like you said, people have to, purchase an NFT and it
Yeah.
gives them access, and then they got to basically build the game and then go in the game and they obviously get these NFTs where they can cash out or digital assets. But your technology is a little different, right?
Yeah.
So, how does like I play my game, let's say Minecraft, and I'm busy playing a bit of Minecraft. How do
Yeah.
I earn, or how does your technology latch onto it
Okay.
in order for me to earn?
So currently it's our own private servers where we manage to track everything in the background. For instance, we've got a server on Rust and a Grand Theft Auto server currently where people play the game. We don't tell people what earns them the most currency because we've seen people become bot-like. They will
Okay.
obviously try and make the most money. So we don't tell them exactly what to earn, but it's an algorithm that rotates every day. Every day it's something different that earns you more. So just to eliminate that bot-like behavior.
So basically, I'm playing the game as I would normally, right?
Correct.
And then
Yeah.
what you've done is you've created this algorithm in the back end to say, well,
Yeah.
if I get a pickaxe today that's worth X amount of Neoxa. Is that correct?
Well, we call it points, but yeah.
Oh,
It's not complicated too much. So you get an amount of points. Let's say there's 1,000 players. The 1,000 players has 100,000 points. So we'll basically just take that points and separate them, and that's going to be the amount of Neoxa they earn. So their percentage will be the percentage of Neoxa they earn. So yeah.
okay. Okay.
Hmm. That's really cool. Can you explain like what are the cool things Neoxa can do in a video game for people when they're just your general gamer that's coming in and wants to
Yeah.
use your system?
So we have our own private service for now. That's only the private service, but we're also going into games where we cannot have servers, such as we're moving into Fortnite, Dota. We're actually going to replace Minecraft with Dota. We're doing that quite soon. But in that system, I mean, let's be real. Most gamers, if they played a game already, why wouldn't they want to earn anyway? So there's so many games that's got a big player base already, and that's also the reason why we didn't develop our own game. It's because we want people to play the games they already love. I mean, it's just pointless because we've seen so many projects, NFT projects and all that. They create games. It's not that great, and after some time it just fades out. And yeah, so we've just wanted to make sure that people already enjoy the game without failing many times with a game that they won't like. And that's the whole reason why we use existing games. And people, how they play generally is in the start, we've seen it. So we had Rust launch first, and people were just chopping trees all day. And it's like it became so consistent, people chopping trees, and after a while we said, okay, well, the system needs to change. I mean,
Yeah.
we've got hundreds of people on the server just chopping trees all day. I mean, that doesn't work. And so, I mean, nowadays it's a year and a bit already that we've been working on this, and we see people actually enjoying the game, people actually having fun. So yeah, it's changed quite a bit. And I mean, so anyway, so the new service that we're going to launch, we won't be hosting that servers. That servers are completely, um, for instance, Fortnite. You can't have a private Fortnite server. They're completely hosted by
Mhm.
Epic Games or whatever. So what we'll do there, people will be able to play the game. We'll be able to get statistics from the API, and through the API, people will play and earn. However, we will do it differently because we also want to make sure the tokenomics make sense. And we have a few different groups to protect. We've got the miners to protect, we've got the investors to protect, the node runners, we've got everyone to protect. So we want to make sure they don't just play the game, get the free coin constantly, because what do you do when you get something for free? You most likely just dump it and say, let's dump the next
Yeah.
batch and all that. So what we're doing for the next
Right.
batch is, where we don't have the private servers, we will have people to play, for instance, Fortnite. Let's say they make 100 Neoxa. We'll take 10% of that Neoxa that day they make, and that will get burned until they burned 1,000 for the month, and then they can earn the full amount. So they don't need anything to
Oh, okay.
participate. They'll just get their 10% deducted until they burned 1,000 coins, for instance. So we make sure the tokenomics still makes sense. It's just not giving away. And our current game service, people can actually buy items. For instance, Rust, they can buy items with Neoxa. They'll get the item in game, and all that coins gets burned as well. So yeah, that's more or less how the play to earn aspect works.
Oh, that's really cool. You actually burn all the
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
coins.
People
Wow.
can see it on the
Excellent.
Explorer. They see it live
Yeah.
every time a burn happens. Yeah.
They got
Whoa.
21
Very,
billion, I
very
think, if
cool.
I'm not mistaken. And I
Our
think you guys
max
have burned.
supply is 21 billion. We've burned about 40 million, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
All right. So, Andy, to try and understand this concept, right? I log on to, let's say, Fortnite,
yeah,
right? How do I integrate Nioxa into? Do I, like, for instance, how do you know that I've just played today and this game's live? So, would you
yeah,
guys have a scoreboard to say that? Listen, of the 20 or 40 battle royales that have been played today,
yeah.
these two are going to be for points, right? Or are they all for points? And then how do you know that I'm playing, and how do you extract my stats from that
Yeah.
game?
So we have a gaming portal where everyone playing on our servers currently, they need to be registered on the gaming portal. It's going to be exactly the same thing for Fortnite or Dota or whatever. where people will have to sign into the gaming portal. They'll be able to link their Epic account, for instance, or their Dota account within the gaming portal. We collect the API statistics, and that's how they get rewarded. So they have to go through the gaming portal, attach their wallet, and after that, they can just play the game, because we will detect every time someone plays the game, because now it's obviously connected to the gaming portal. So yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
So a couple of times a day, you would say, "Hey guys, we're going to be having our, Neoxa competition or Neoxa game on Dota, right?
Yeah.
And it's at 6 p.m. And then you'll have this community actually going in there and starting to play at 6 p.m. to earn those points for potential rewards."
So, I mean, we reward people 24 hours. I mean, it
Ah,
doesn't have to be a tournament or anything. It's permanently. Whenever they play, they get rewarded for that, whatever they do. Obviously, we want to hold tournaments as well. We've done one so far, where we had Red Panda mining. We had someone in the community kill him on Rust, and everyone chased. So one, I can't remember. I think 100K Neoxa. Um,
well,
yeah, and that was the first one that we did. But yeah, for now, I mean, everyone plays as they play, they earn, and they get paid every 24 hours.
okay. Just one question on that as well, right? So now you're earning points, and you're getting rewarded for playing, right? Tell me a bit about the tokenomics. I'm going a little step back. The
Yeah.
tokenomics. So you released your project.
Mm-hmm.
There's a node aspect where people can buy nodes. I think it's
Yeah.
1 million Nioxa, and
Mm-hmm.
they run a node.
Yeah.
How does like there's obviously a give and take situation. By playing,
Yeah.
there's just a take situation.
Correct.
So can you run through the tokenomics just so we
Yeah.
understand the balance of both sides
Okay,
of
so
the scale?
it's currently it's 45% mining, 45% smart nodes, 5% gaming, 5% developer fund. So what happens is, when people play the game, they get the coins. However, they can also spend that coins, like I just said, and that coins can get burned. So we see our gamers sometimes spend more than the mission for the day. I mean, there's been some massive spends where, and we've also seen a lot of players that don't even have a wallet attached, and they actually just play on our servers for the fun of it, and they actually buy Neoxa to burn within the game. So they do spend to make sense to give him that coins, and obviously the coins, whenever someone burns coins, Neoxa gets less emission. I mean, and we take it out permanently from the supply. So that's why the tokenomics makes sense, because it gets burned whenever someone spends. And now with the new releases of the games where we don't run the servers, there's going to be a permanent burning mechanism. So that's pretty much the whole aspect how it works. But in the future, there's a lot of other things that we can go into, where we would do the ad revenue, where there will be ad revenue within the game, because we plan to monetize these games. Ad revenue within the games. The ad revenue gets used to buy back Neoxa from exchanges. A percentage goes to the gamers, percentage gets burned. So if you want to look at the service, you can look at it kind of in a way of a monetization platform, as well as where people have fun and they earn free coins. And also it's very good for community building. The reason why we've got such a popular community, especially on the gaming side, is because people play games, and
Yeah.
we introduce a whole new group of people, a group of people that generally didn't like the miners before because they stole all the GPUs. I mean, now we introduce that whole side of people to cryptocurrency, and that's pretty much it.
Very cool.
Oh, very cool. So are you going to keep you're going to keep the private servers for the games that allow that? And then, okay, but you're introducing new games that you're going to run on their own servers, obviously. Very cool. So can you run us through like how you actually earn? Like if you're playing Minecraft or so Minecraft's on your server, Fortnite's on their own server. How do you earn if you're playing those games through your portal?
Okay. So that's something we don't really talk about because we can't. Then we create the whole bot-like thing. But
well, no, I guess I don't mean that. I just mean, is it just a general, like, I mean, you're just playing and something you do within the game is going to earn you Neoxa? Is that correct? Or points?
You should play a normal game. We try to make
Okay.
the algorithm to benefit people that's playing normally and not people that's trying to manipulate the system. So we try to give points to people actually just playing the game as they should. Have fun. Do what you want to do. Don't go chop trees all day, type of thing.
Right.
So yeah, the algorithm basically looks at things that people should do, and that's how they earn the best. Is just play the game how you should play it and enjoy it. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Very cool. So how are you integrating Neoxa into Twitch
Okay.
streaming?
So we've made an algorithm where we look at many factors. We look at the views, we look at the subscription amount that they have, and we basically the algorithm would decide, is this views valid? Because obviously people's going to try and manipulate it. People try bots on the streams. It's not it's going to be normal for that. So we've written an algorithm to basically just see what's normal, what's not normal. And like with the gaming, we won't tell people, okay, a view gives you more money, a comment gives you more money. We won't just tell people exactly what it is. Yet again, just stream like you should stream, share to your following, and you'll be rewarded the right way.
So you've
Yeah.
got an algorithm that you've designed
Yeah.
out there that's it's watching what they're doing and it's giving points based on specific things within there which you're
Yeah.
not revealing so that you keep it
Yeah,
fun
funny
and
thing
fair.
is, someone out of Discord this morning, he came to Discord. He said, "Why have my gaming account been suspended?" And I said, "Well, what did you do?" He said, "Well, I was streaming." And he said, "Well, I was restreaming a stream." So he was restreaming someone else's stream, and we picked it up, and he got banned. So I mean, there's so many ways that we will be able to see if it's being manipulated or not.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. And so you publish like a rule book or something to
Yeah,
go
so
along
we're in
with your
trials right
platform?
now. We're in trials, so he'll get unbanned just before it goes live on Friday. The first payment's tomorrow. So tomorrow the first payment starts for Twitch streaming. So we'll do the terms of service tomorrow. Well, be released tomorrow, and everyone will be able to see exactly what can you not do, and all that. Yeah.
So is there basically in your algorithm like a reward per hour? Like is there like a something people can expect to
No.
earn per hour if they're just playing, or is it's just random?
It's just based on many things such as views, comments, amount of subscribers, time. Yeah, sure, but time with how many viewers, for instance. You can't just have no viewers and expect you're going to get one Neoxa. But I mean, if even we obviously look at the smaller streamers and all of that too, because we want to cater for those and help them grow in the same time. And so, yeah, even if it's small based, there's just other factors that's not just the hour amount of time and all that. Because then someone can just leave their stream on for 24 hours a day, and I mean, they'll earn for nothing. So,
Right.
yeah.
So all right, so that's the streaming side. What about the playing side? Is there like if you're
Yeah.
playing Fortnite or you're playing Minecraft, is there like a particular because you played
No.
for this long, or is it just it's just
It's
the
just the algorithm,
algorithm
yeah.
searching that?
Because people also be able to manipulate it if we do it time based. We for
Right.
instance, Rust and Fortnite is going to be very similar. So we look at what they've done, how many things have they built, what who did they kill, what did they kill, how many times did they kill something. It's lots of aspects within the game. In Rust, we
Okay.
track hundreds of different elements of the game.
Do you have an average that's like that people like on average what people are claiming every
Or
day
monthly.
or
Yeah.
what's being paid
So
out on a monthly basis or
So we've seen people go all the way from 5 coins to 2,000 coins. I mean, it really just depends how long they play, how much time they put into it. Some people come on the server, play 5 minutes, and says, "Where's my 1,000 Neoxid?" That's not how it works. So
right.
it's really about the amount of time and and how they play it, and if they play properly, they get rewarded properly, and that's pretty much how that functions. I mean, we don't do time in any aspect. We don't count time. It doesn't matter how long you've played, as long as you just play. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Cool. Sounds like a fair
Yeah.
way to distribute. That's cool.
your your point system, right?
Yeah.
Let's just say we play the game for points. Points are redeemed for Nioxa. Do you allocate a certain amount of Nioxa per day for that community pool? And
Yeah.
then, if yes, do you take into account scalability? So, for instance, what happens if we have this epic, uh, let's say, Mr. Beast tournament, and you have 50 million people on,
Yeah.
and that's a lot of supply, or
Yeah.
no one's earning anything because there's just too many.
So 5% is allocated permanently. 5% of the per block that's how it will be. I mean, if there's more, our gaming works a lot like mining, where when the price goes up, more people play. When the price goes down, there's less people on the servers. It's difficulty basically of going up and down within the gaming. But the supply that we reward to people stays the same. Even if there's 100,000 people or 1,000, it's literally they will just get that 5%, and it will be distributed amongst them how they played. So yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
So so you're keeping that standard.
yeah,
It's where they make more potential earnings is where the supply and demand for the token goes up. Then my two Nioxa actually is worth three times
correct.
the value.
Yeah,
It also tells people to hold on to Nioxa
yeah,
while it's a bear market, and
correct.
when it's a bull market, we can offload a little bit,
Yeah,
and then that supply goes through. But that time, obviously, there's a buy and sell mechanism and
yeah,
burning mechanism as well.
yeah,
Very, very cool. Andy, tell us a bit about nodes. All right, so that seems to be a hot topic at the moment.
yeah.
Why should someone own a node? How
Okay.
difficult is it to set up this node and run it, especially someone in South Africa with power
Yeah.
cuts? But in general, what's the purpose? Is there really value in owning this node or a node?
So smart nodes, we launched smart nodes to facilitate for our upcoming streaming network. So we plan to launch our own streaming platform in the future, and as well as game server hosting, where people will be able to host small gaming servers within the smart nodes. It will become utility nodes pretty much like Flux, for instance, where people can rent those nodes to do game hosting. And that's the reason why we did smart nodes, is just to make utility nodes within our blockchain and to fit into our ecosystem, which is gaming and streaming. So that's the whole reason behind smart nodes. It still needs to be developed to that stage. And as for the setting it up, you can get a VPS. You don't need to have any special computer at home. You can if you really want to. And there's other platforms that you can set it up on that makes it so easy. You can do it in 2-3 clicks, and
Okay.
then it's done. So you're gonna need 1 million Neoxa as collateral. You're gonna need maybe less than 1 Neoxa for the fee, and you can set up a node. But yeah, we've got great guides how to set it up on your own VPS. You don't need to use a service. You can do it on your own. Set up in a VPS. It's gonna cost you $5 or whatever. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
And what is the running cost of running a smart node?
It's pretty much what costs your VPS cost you, and obviously you need the million collateral.
Okay.
Yeah,
So the million collateral, it's basically just a staked
correct. Pretty
million
much. Yeah,
Neoxa, and then you're just paying for your
yeah,
VPS. And you said you have
yeah.
guides so basically the average
Correct.
Joe
Yeah,
can
it's
can
copy
set this kind
paste.
of thing up on a
Yeah.
VPS and run. If you
hmm
understand how to set up a
Yeah,
VPS, you're all set.
pretty much. Yeah.
Pretty much, right?
Are
So,
there only
yeah.
2,000 nodes? Will there be ever introduced more? And how many nodes have been sold already, if you can tell us that?
So we don't sell the nodes. It's just people buying on exchanges. And they sell it. There's 2,114 nodes right now. Um, it's pretty much people buy the coins on the exchange, or they mine it and they run their own nodes. Um, I mean, currently 56% of the supply is locked into nodes. And yeah, I mean, I don't see 100% being
Okay.
locked into nodes, but it's possible. I mean,
Does
there's
that mean
So your platform, yeah. So there's no limit to
no,
nodes. Your platform is just basically if you
yeah,
have the million, you can set it
yeah,
up as collateral, and
yeah,
you're set to go. Wow,
yeah.
that's cool. Yeah.
okay.
So how can the average public learn more about Neoxa and get involved? how do the general public get
Yeah.
involved with you guys? Where are they finding you? Are you marketing out there?
So
Or?
we on Twitter and we on Discord, Telegram, your normal channels. We starting our marketing campaign soon. Where we will actually market Neoxa. We have not. There's a few things that we wanted to get done before we put some money into marketing. But I mean, right now it's a lot of word of mouth. People see us on Twitter. There's gamers talking amongst each other, and that's the great thing about gaming communities. This one gamer will tell to another one, it's like, I'm earning some money while playing games. You should do it too, and that's how the word spread. I mean, that's how it all
Right.
really started. Is just people talking about it, and I mean, even miners. We've got a great mining community that makes videos about Neoxa, and that's how many people get to learn about it.
Oh, very cool. So the mining is what kind of a rig do you need to set up mining for
I mean,
Neoxa?
you can mine Neoxa with one GPU. We are only GPU.
Really? Okay.
We do not have ASICs. We use Kapow algorithm, inherited from Ravencoin. We're no longer a Ravencoin fork, but we started off as a Ravencoin fork. We now dash using the Ravencoin algorithm and as well as the assets. So we are very much a hybrid
Okay.
chain now, and yeah, I'm meaning mining people can just mine with one GPU. That's why your average gamer with that one GPU in his computer, he can start mining.
Very cool. And I assume you have
Yeah,
guides
we do.
on your site to teach people
Mhm.
how to mine and all that kind
Yeah.
of thing as well, right? Very cool.
Andy, tell me, just something from a development point of view, because part of our audience is we inspiring people to build in the space, and
Yeah.
we obviously ask the guests that we have on, what does it take to build in the space? Now, you've come a long way. You've had a good history of development
Yeah.
and software development and app development. Then you decided, well, let's build in this crypto space. Take us on a little journey of would you recommend people building in this space, or is it just too difficult?
Anyone that has a good understanding of C++ can do it. But I mean, if you don't, you're probably not going to make a good coin. And
Okay.
you could learn though. I mean, anyone can learn if you really want to. And you need to also understand there's so many coins out there. It's not easy. I mean, the coin game is not as easy as people would think. I mean, there's so many aspects to it. You've got the coin, now what? Now you've got the community. Now you've got people complaining the price went down. Now today you've got people happy the price is up, but tomorrow the same people will complain the price is down. I mean, there's so many aspects that people don't think of when they do it. It's not easy. I mean, it really is not. But it can be fun. I mean, it's worth a try, I think. And once you've got a project where it becomes serious, like we've become, I mean, there's no giving up. You've got to stick through and complete it, work on it for the next 10, 15 years. And yeah, I mean, that's where we at currently with Neoxa, and it's not easy. That's really all I can say, but I think it's definitely worth it. I mean, if you can, it's definitely worth it. Yeah, it's a good journey. Yeah.
Absolutely. Speaking of that journey, do you have any advice for our listeners out there of how they can explore this world of cryptocurrency and gaming? It's crossing over, and we want to bring the gamers into crypto, and we want to bring the crypto enthusiasts into the gaming side. So any advice on just exploring those two realms together?
I mean, we've seen gaming and crypto growing quite a bit over the last few years. We are the first currency that actually let people play for free, the first blockchain where people don't have to invest in it. And I mean, that's why I always say to people, just give it a try. I mean, you've got nothing to lose, where with other currencies, you've got to buy something. You've got to have that NFT. You've got to put some collateral down to play the game. With us, you can literally install the game, connect your wallet, and off you go. So I would think people would want to try it because it's a no-brainer. If you play the game already, just give it a try. And I mean, there's also a few interesting things where people can read up on the Web3 and gaming. There's a few gaming place companies that's go bridging into it. Apparently, GTA 6 is looking at adding a cryptocurrency, but I'm not sure how true that is. So I definitely think the world's moving towards that side. So yeah, I think people could get into it still early because it's literally just the start now.
Very cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
Andy, what does the future look like for Neoxa? You guys are obviously started on your journey. You've learned a lot. You're learning a lot. You guys are knee deep in it, and you guys are going nowhere. But if you had this crystal ball and your goals could be achieved in the next 5 to 10 years, what would Neoxa look like?
Well, we still very much in the building phase for now. We've just launched our smart nodes. Our smart nodes, what, 2 months now, I think. So once we've done the smart nodes, we want to now complete the stream to earn, which we pretty much did almost. And our next phases over the next year and a half, we will have utility nodes where our nodes will be able to work and perform actions on the blockchain, like streaming, peer-to-peer streaming, and we can have our own platform. I mean, we want to complete our roadmap, I would say, in the next 2 to 3 years. That's the plan, the current roadmap. And obviously from there, we'll see what goes on. I mean, things change a lot. Some people showed me something on Discord when we started the project. They asked me, will Neoxa have master nodes? And I said, never. I mean, we just launched smart nodes because now we want to utilize that. So, I mean, things change. I don't want to say what's going to happen in the next 10 years, 15 years, but I feel like once we've completed our roadmap, our current roadmap, I can just see it being a very good project and being one of the first and best in the gaming world on blockchains.
Very cool. So crypto dads out there, can you see the beauty of crypto? All right. It's not just buying a token. It's not just buying an NFT. It's taking the concept of what the possibilities of what blockchain can offer. And look, now you can play games without your wife beating you with the stick. And all you need to do is have a little shoebox that says this is your Neoxa money that you can buy Louis Vuitton shoes with at a later date, and you can play your game. It's happy symbiosis. And this is the beauty of what Andy and his team is creating, and the beauty of crypto. And just the important words is nothing is easy ever. If it was that easy, everyone would be doing it. But if you're willing to put the time and effort in, all right, you can get to a point where you launched a project and now you're really building in the space. Andy, thank you very much for your time. We really appreciate it. And we'd love to have you on the show again for some more updates and whatever's new coming up.
Yeah.
And we wish you all the success for the future.
Cool. Thank you, guys. Thanks.
Yeah.
Thank you, man.
Thanks a lot, Andy. It was a lot of fun.
The material and information presented in this recording are for entertainment purposes only. Do not misconstrue what you hear as investment or trading advice. Always do your own research. The views, thoughts, and opinions expressed by the guests on this recording are their own and do not necessarily reflect those of Dad's Gone Crypto or its hosts.